because yeah. So let's begin, shall we? I'm sorry I haven't been on with all this stuff. I wanted to do some more uploads, but I've been having so much trouble with the OBS, like getting the software set up and everything that, you know, I know there's going to be lag in this video, but I just want to finish this game because I started it. The Elgato software, I lost the 10th video. I don't even know if I'll be able to retrieve it. But I'm going to continue this right now, and we're going to... I'm going to finish this up and then we can move on to something else. I think I'm going to go back to PlayStation while I figure this stuff out. Alright, so what were we doing? It's been a long time. Let's see here. I don't care about that quest. Yeah, we were doing this one. Okay. I have a feeling we're near the end of the game anyways.
The captain did right by us once. Now it's ours.
What was that?
The board will never own Groundbreaker. Not while I reign. Push on, Hardad.
Somebody clean up. Hey, that.
Dirt alert! Dirt alert! Clean up the competition.
Garbage up here.
Stay down, Ballhead.
That noise.
Dirt alert! Dirt alert! Resuming passive mode.
What was that? Open fire! Moving in!
Wrong tool for the job.
Hey, still fighting. What the fuck?
Somebody clean up this mess.
Alright. Now I can search these things. Alright, well, I wanted to do some searching. Alright. Oh, that gun sucks.
Bag required. Cleaning cycle complete.
Ah, yes. Over encumbered. Just like I like it. Makes me feel all warm and toasty inside. Alright. Alright. Yeah, I can run again. Okay.
Gotta admit, I'm not too keen on walking into a prison. They lock me up, I'm liable to kill everyone to back out. Area sanitization assessment. The labyrinth on Tartarus. Task classification. Easy peasy.
Alright.
Would you like Sam to tidy up this area? Waiting
Yes.
for confirmation command. Confirmation command not received.
So, two ways.
Entering quiet mode. Preparing to sanitize. Good news, customer. All germs and contaminants have been neutralized.
Hey. Hello.
Sam cleans it up. Caution!
Warning. Crew member requires maintenance.
Maintenance job fulfilled. Invasive contaminant detected.
What the fuck? All right. Well, not yet. I want to check out a few things. Maybe clean this area out. It'd be even better if we didn't have to deal with the asshole brigade. That looks nice. Over encumbered. Oh, fuck. Let's see here. Well, that was a pain in the ass. Alright.
Here they come!
Detected! Analysis of efforts. Wrong tool for the job. Good news, customer. All germs and contaminants have been neutralized. Dirt alert! Dirt alert!
What was that? Let's take a look.
Caution!
Attack that armor!
Alright. And then... Oh, get up there. Ah. And then... Yeah. All right. Let's try not to break anything. Ow.
Area has been sanitized.
That's right. I think that's as good as it gets for now. Oh, vending machines. Okay. Now let us sell some shit. Alright, I'm gonna go with this. None of that really weighs a ton. Okay. Alright, and let's see here. Open up. Okay. Yeah, those are the two I'm mostly using. So, let's see here. Can't really do much more for that, can I? Alright. That could get one more, but I don't use that. That uses light. Okay. Let's see here. Let's take this one out. That one in. That one out. And so heavy, light. Going to energy. It's pretty nice, I guess. Okay. Now, let's see here. Let's repair. Yeah, we'll repair everything. Yeah. Pretty much got everything for this that I want. And repair. Okay. Oh. Oh, I love that. It's my favorite thing. I love when my foot falls asleep. You know, I just saying, I can't go a minute without having my foot fall asleep because I just love it. Hmm. Wake up! Wake up! Okay. Alright, where are the little assholes?
Glory, take me. I thought the chasm outside Stellar Bay was deep. This?
Yeah. Much better. Okay. Make sure everything's loaded. Good, good.
What was that? Preparing body parts for use. Fluid analysis. Cleaning cycle complete.
Thank you. I think I prefer the other gun. Alright. That would probably be good for robots or something, but... Okay. Those.
Entering quiet mode.
Okay.
I'm working as fast as I can, all right? If y'all would quit bothering me, I'd get this done sooner. Fixing the FPS system. FPS system. It's redundant, Melody. Can you just let me work? I'm almost done. First, pacification system. If the prisoners riot, we gas them. It went a little haywire after the last deployment, so here I am. Anyway, I need to finish this, so get out of here, will you? What?
And maintenance job fulfilled.
I didn't want that gun, but guess I'm carrying it now. Yeah, so
What?
Well, I don't know. We shouldn't leave her there. I don't know what to do.
Cycle step 2, industrial stage.
Perfect.
Thank you, Sam. All right. All right, down we go or up we go. All right.
All right, MSI. I'm not one for rousing speeches, but the captain needs our help. So get in there and...
Wow. Well, I can't move past them. They don't need any help.
For the Rangers!
That's good enough. All right. Excuse me.
Waste of company ammo. Nice. Before the storm and all that. Difficult job ahead? Consider equipping a pack of Sam's special solvent stain out remover. It's ruthless on residual blood splatter.
After all you've done, all the work you've destroyed, all the money you've cost me, your misguided crusade has doomed Halcyon. Idiot! I'm not the one marching to my death in a maximum security prison. In any other circumstance, I'd admire your boldness. In this one, however, I have only 2 words for you. Fuck off. Psychopathic outlaw deserve the time. Thankfully, you're in prison already. Find the nearest cell and wait until I'm done here. Then I'll drag you to the execution myself. Is that what you think you're doing? This path of societal disruption? You call that being a savior? I call it sabotage. Saboteurs get, Captain? Summary executions. In the next room is the finest mechanical purveyor of death ever made. Try to scratch the paint with your skull, it was fucking expensive.
Jackass. All right.
Get me out of here!
You don't know how glad I am to see you. You lunatic. You broke into the board's office and killed the chairman just to rescue one old man. You are absolutely out of your mind, and I can't begin to thank you enough. I know, my friend, I know. And now it's finally over. The board's finished. It's only a matter of time before the entire system slips from their grasp. You've broken the board's stranglehold on this colony, and you saved my life. But there's still so much we have yet to accomplish. You and I are going to have to work harder than ever to save Halcyon. I'm afraid the situation is far worse than any of us ever anticipated. I would like nothing more than to celebrate this victory, but we have a serious problem on our hands. Earth has gone dark. We haven't received a single message in 3 years. There's been no communication, no signals, nothing. 2 years ago, the Earth's Directorate's frigate disappeared on their way back to Earth. We don't know what they discovered when they arrived, or if they arrived at all.
So we've got to make do on our own. Seems to me that'll make us stronger in the end anyhow.
You're quite right. We've got no choice but to make do on our own. We're in serious trouble, my friend. Do you know what this means for Halcyon? We can't rely on Earth for support anymore. We've been cut loose. We're entirely on our own. Yes, you're right. The road is long, and we haven't a moment to waste. We must begin the revival process immediately, starting with the hope's brightest minds, and then we're going to fix this damn colony, one problem at a time. We're going to need a leader, and I can't imagine a better person for the job than you. What do you say, old friend? Will you help us? I can't tell you how glad I am to hear that. When I revived you, I thought we were going to save this colony all by ourselves. But I was wrong. We can't save Halcyon on our own. We're all going to have to pull together somehow. We are not a colony anymore. Our last connection to Earth has been severed. I don't know if we'll survive, but we're going to have to try our best.
The OSI teaches that everything in the universe happens according to the grand plan. But the stranger that arrived in Halcyon was an unplanned variable. From the moment he landed in Emerald Vale, his actions altered the course of history. The events on Tartarus brought about the end of the board's authority. But the board's mistakes would haunt the colony for decades to come. The damage they left behind would require the work of a generation to repair. Dr. Phineas Wells began reviving a handful of the Hawk's colonists, engineers, scientists, technicians, and intellectuals. They were among the brightest minds the Earth had ever sent out into the stars. The Hope scientists and engineers woke in a colony descending headlong into total collapse. With no way to return to Earth, they had no choice but to band together and devote themselves to the cause of saving Halcyon. The people of Halcyon were nothing if not hardy. In the absence of the Board Authority, many of the colony's settlements banded together with a single purpose in mind: survival. Life was especially hard in the years to come. Some towns dissolved by attrition and starvation, but most of them found a way to carry on. In the years to come, Halcyon was forced to reckon with its newfound freedom. The board was gone, and for better or worse, the colony was responsible for its own destiny. Sanjar's civil liberties and world-centric policies were slow to catch on with other corporations. But as Halcyon began its long, arduous journey toward recovery, many of Terra 2's smaller townships started adopting MSI's alternative corporate structure, and eventually became entirely self-sufficient. In the coming years, many of these townships managed to eke by, where otherwise they might have starved. Consumed by paranoia, Lilia Hagen took sublight salvage in a controversial direction, openly accusing board officials of an extraterrestrial conspiracy. One day, an accident at the Groundbreaker's docking bay silenced her forever. Time would tell if her replacement could keep the sublight family together. Adelaide McDevitt replaced Reed Thompson as the leader of Edgewater. She and her followers transformed Edgewater in their image. Anyone loyal to Reed was pressured into leaving town, and those who stayed behind adapted to her way of life. Adelaide transformed the old cannery into a new garden. The nearby Edgewater Cemetery provided a convenient source of fertilizer. Under the leadership of Junlei Tennyson, the Groundbreaker held firm against corporate influence. The ship's mechanical stability gave Junlei the time to educate a promising generation of engineers, schooled in her family's traditions. The future of the Groundbreaker looks promising. The rediscovery of the Hope and abandonment of the lifetime employment program forced Byzantium to come to terms with some uncomfortable realities about the state of Halcyon. While Byzantines were reluctant to surrender the luxuries they'd grown accustomed to, the board's diminished authority gave them little choice in the matter. Nearly everyone had to learn to make do with less. Some even had to get jobs. It was a dark time indeed. Your influence shifted Ellie's perspective. She finally admitted, albeit grudgingly, that she just might need other people. Sometime. With a steady income from the life insurance payouts, she was finally able to afford a ship of her own. She hired a small crew and flew supply missions to communities on the fringe. Some of them were even legal. Life in Halcyon was sobering for Felix Millstone. The grand revolution he dreamed of never came. There was no great awakening for the colony, no celebrations in the street. There was only the hard, desperate work of trying to repair a broken colony. Felix never had a head for numbers, but if there was labor to be done, he was there to help. Eventually, Felix realized the work of a revolution was done with two hands. As much as he enjoyed his adventures aboard the Unreliable, the vicar, known as Mac, eventually decided that it was time to move on, to live out the life he had sought so long to create. He knew there were many in the colony who carried burdens much worse than the ones he had struggled with, and he devoted himself to easing their suffering wherever he could. He only ever took up arms again to defend the defenseless, unshackled from a lifetime of striving and fighting the universe and himself. Vicar Maximilian Dotto was finally at peace. Once the matter with the Hope colonists was resolved, Junlei bashfully asked Parvati if she'd like to join her permanently on the Groundbreaker. And Parvati enthusiastically, if somewhat awkwardly, agreed. The stories of her adventures spread across the colony, and Parvati soon found herself the center of attention. Having served as the engineer of a renowned spacecraft, tramp freighters and wildcat miners sought her out by name. And in no time, she was a fixture in the Groundbreaker's mechanical ecosystem. She and Junlei were never apart. Nyoka returned to Monarch to take another crack at making a permanent life for herself. She formed the Charon Group, an MSI subsidiary of ragtag survivalists and wilderness experts. Anyone in need of a guide, or just looking to throw back a beer and swap stories, could find her camping on the trail, or fearing an infestation. The SAM unit that accompanied you spread awareness of the line's superior sanitation and maintenance capabilities across what was left of the colony. This led to a boost in SAM unit sales. Did you know that SAM units are the longest-lasting, toughest-acting cleaning solution in Halcyon? Minister Clark was released from house arrest, and his contact with you gave him a sense of renewed purpose and vigor. Once it became clear that no help would be coming from Earth, he threw considerable efforts and talents into helping Halcyon manage the crisis before it. For Dr. Phineas Wells, he spent his remaining years in his orbital lab. Though he was always haunted by the failures of his past, he was determined to make things right by building toward the future. The revival project was hard and painful work, but in the end, despite limited resources, over half the Hope's colonists were successfully revived. Even as Wells passed away, the Hope scientists and engineers worked night and day to pull Halcyon from the brink of collapse. Their efforts continue to this day, which may be reason enough for optimism. Dr. Wells laid the groundwork for the project to save the colony. He would never live to see the fruits of his labor. He passed away a few years later. His work was carried on by the scientists and engineers he revived. Life will never be the same in Halcyon. It is widely agreed that the colony has a chance of stabilizing within a generation, owing to the hard work and determination of the surviving colonists. Recovery is a distant goal, and the path is long and uncertain. The people of Halcyon carry on, determined as ever. And what about you, the unplanned variable in the history of Halcyon? Long after Wells passed away, you carried on his work with more energy, determination, and brilliance than he could ever muster. The years that followed were hard, but Halcyon survived by the efforts of the Hope's most promising colonists, the greatest of which was you. No one knows what's happened to Earth, and no one knows what the future has in store for Halcyon. All we know for certain is the name of the Unreliable, that of its intrepid captain, will remain the subject of countless stories for years to come.
Alrighty. And that's all there is. Alright. You know, it was a fun game, but I'm glad it's over. Not because of the game. Just trying to record this has been a pain. And this last video, I switched from the Elgato software to the OBS software, and still, so yeah.